Yes, so good morning to all the participants from overseas and good evening to all Indian participants. This is our third session of Arthritis Support Network, and I'm glad the feedback that I'm receiving from many of you over personal message or in the group sometimes, the changes that you have been implementing, the Rise and Thrive challenge, the five things that were there. Does anybody wants to share their experience of the last 1 month? It's been almost a month we have been doing these sessions now. Any changes you have brought in your exercise or diet or any routine that we have discussed? Anybody wants to share? Oh, come on, these sessions are about execution, not only about knowledge sharing, because unless you do, you won't benefit. I think last time Bess shared something. So Bess, do you want to like elaborate on what? Because last time I think you got a very short opportunity to share. Anything you want to share?
I'm following the vegan lifestyle now with
Okay.
the nutritionist Supraji. So I'm oil free and no sugar, no sweets, no nothing. But I still cannot walk because I have the synovial fluid that's not letting me walk. So Supraji said it'll take some time, till the swelling goes. My personal trainer had come, but he said till the swelling does not go from my right ankle, there's nothing much I can do. I cannot do raising my foot or all those. But I'm keeping myself busy with the other exercises that I can do.
Great.
And also,
Absolutely.
Sharmila had shown some bed exercises for seniors, so I'm doing that as well. And I hope you can heal me.
Definitely, definitely. It will get better with time because when you go on a whole food plant-based diet, the inflammation
Yes.
actually goes down. Patience is the key.
Okay.
Patience is the key.
Patience. Yes. Yes. And
And
this happened
also,
in August to
yeah,
me.
yes, and also one more thing, if you are swelling in your ankle, just ask your physio or your doctor whether lifting your legs up the wall may help you.
When I sleep, I keep it on a wedge,
Yes,
which is higher
yes,
than my hips. I do
yes.
that.
Even
Okay.
during the day also you can try this. Just keeping your legs above your hips, yeah, or maybe legs up the wall. Also in yoga, there is something called as Vipreet Karni.
Yes.
So
Yes.
what
I
you
know
can
how
do,
to do that.
yeah, so you can do that also. That also may help you. But always ask your
Okay.
personal trainer or your physio before doing any changes.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Okay.
yeah, yes,
Thank you
great,
so much.
great, best. Yeah, so I would say never give up hope.
No, I'm not.
Because for my remission also it took 6 months to a year. It took me for a complete remission, so it takes time. Yeah. Yes, great. So
It's just that I need to travel now. So, in case I need to travel, I usually do with a lot of pending work back home. So I'm stuck now to travel.
um,
Just
um,
praying, just praying. Okay.
just don't overexert, I would say, and go.
I have a slight spur on my right heel. That's
Okay.
adding to the pain.
Happens, yeah. It may happen. Sometimes that spur happens in arthritis, and it gets very
Okay.
challenging to wear your shoes also. Sometimes I know,
Oh, yes.
but
I'm
but
wearing
it
two
will.
different sizes now,
Yeah,
one for the left and a little bigger one for the right.
yeah. It happens. Yeah, I have had patience with that, and it did improve with time. I have Anjana Raheja here.
Oh,
She also had this
okay.
spur in her heel, and that I
Mhm.
think the pain subsided with time. It does help. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
it
Thank
does
you so
improve. Yeah.
much.
Yes. So today's session is about myths and facts because there are so many. We come across so many statements across internet from people, from our neighbors, parents, friends, and everybody has become an expert because of social media. And I get a lot of questions, so I thought, why not do a complete session about the myths and facts related to arthritis? So before we start, let's have some fun. So I came across this movie clip from the movie PK, and let's see this. So here also there is a patient and some Baba. He went to a Baba because of some condition, and let's see what he says.
मेरी पत्नी 6 महीने से पैरालाइज्ड है। डॉक्टरों ने हाथ उठा दिए हैं। हम चाहते हैं आप
प्रभु पथ प्रदर्शित करें। जी, दिशा प्रभु। वाहन जैसी आज्ञा प्रभु। राथांग ग्लेशियर का नाम सुना है?
जी नहीं।
हिमालय में है। ट्रेन पकड़ो, सिलीगुड़ी जाओ, वहां से बस में गैंगटॉक, फिर वहां से पद यात्रा। 8 दिन लगेंगे। कंचनजंगा की गोद में भगवान का भव्य मंदिर है। माथा टेकाओ, काम हो जाएगा।
रॉन्ग नंबर, ई रॉन्ग नंबर है।
क्या है?
रॉन्ग नंबर। तपस्वी जी, भगवान से बतियाए खातिर आप जौन टेक्नोलॉजी का प्रयोग कर रहा है वो लुल हो चुका है। आपका सब काल रॉन्ग नंबर पर जा रहा है और वहां कौनो डुप्लीकेट गार्ड बैठा है जौन आपका फिरकी ले रहा है।
क्या क्या कहना क्या चाह रहे हैं भाई आप?
हम समझाता हूं, हम सब गार्ड का बच्चा है ना।
हाँ है
तो अगर आपका बचवा परेशानी में आपके पास आता है तो आप क्या करेगा? उका प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करेगा या उका बोलेगा कि 2000 किलोमीटर दूर हमारा एक ठो और घर है, वहां आके हमका यही प्रॉब्लम दोबारा समझाएगा, फिर हम सॉल्व करेगा। काम मतलब हुआ।
So today I'm going to share a few statements with you. You have to tell me whether that is right number or wrong number. Okay, whether it's a myth or fact that we will discuss today. Okay, let's make it interactive today. It will not be like a one-way thing. It will be interactive session. I'll just turn on and off my share screen again and again. By the way, how many of you come across such babas and all? If you have arthritis, go to that temple, go to that mandir, or go to that masjid, or go to that church, and thousands of kilometers away, and it will be solved. Yeah, I have come across many, yeah, personally, and it is more of a issue of a matter of faith rather than cure. So I'm not telling that don't have faith. Faith is important, but at the same time, facts are also important to follow science, especially in this age and day and age of social media. We need to be very, very careful of what we come across. So I'm going to start my presentation today. Before I start with the statements, let's just revise what we have in the last few sessions. I'll just quickly, yeah. So just waiting for it to start. Yes. So this is a disclaimer that I give before the start of every session. So please, any changes should be done under professional supervision only, and do not stop any medications on your own after this session. Right. So this is the premise of these sessions, that we have a inner pharmacy that we can heal ourselves. First step is acceptance. So if you want to go into detail, you can look into the first recording that I did last month, wherein I discuss these in detail, because unless you do this, it is very difficult to heal yourself or get into remission. Okay. So what we follow at Sharan here is something known as integrative medicine for arthritis, where we emphasize the organism's intrinsic capacity for healing. So what I believe that every one of us has a doctor within us. It knows, our body knows how to heal itself. Our duty is to provide it the right environment to heal. We look at the whole person, not only that body part. So you may have a pain in your back, but you don't know from where is it originating. So the source can be gut, the source can be many other things. Sometimes it's psychological also, which gives pain in the body. So we look at person as a whole, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual. And a lot of emphasis is placed on diet and lifestyle. So this is what we follow at integrative medicine at Sharon. And the holistic approach for arthritis that we follow, there is a 5 point in diet, there is a Sharon 5 point plan. Then we also give anti-inflammatory nutrition. So a lot of arthritis, especially rheumatoid arthritis, ankylosing spondylitis, gout, these are because of inflammation. So diet plays a very important role. Along with diet, exercises and movement, somatic movement techniques, pranayam. We learned few pranayam in the last session. Do see the recording for that. Mindset training and certain routines. So this is the holistic approach that we follow to have the best possible outcomes. Then we are following the Rise and Thrive challenge, 30 to 45 minutes of exercise, at least 5 times a week. Start your day with a green smoothie or fruit, 15 minutes of sun exposure, reprogramming your mindset, your subconscious mind, and doing breathing exercises or pranayama. I just hope everybody is able to follow these simple tips for managing the arthritis. This can be done, hardly takes an hour and a half of your time daily, but believe me, it's worth the investment. Yeah. So we will learn now, like I said, There are certain statements that we have come across, certain either it's a myth or a fact. So I'll tell the statement, then you have to type in the chat box whether it's a myth or a fact. Okay, or you can type a wrong number or right number in Amir Khan's language. Yeah. So first statement is that arthritis is a lifelong condition where you must be on medication forever. What do you think? This is right number or wrong number? You can type in the chat box. False. Okay, Bess is saying false. iPhone false. Wrong. Okay. So most of you have got it right. Yes, this is a wrong number. True. So let us know what is the fact then. So although there is no cure, an affected person can get off medications. First goal of treatment, see, at Sharon also the first goal of treatment is to bring remission and prevent further damage through medication. Medication is also a part of the protocol. So please don't stop any medication thinking that medication is not required. But along with that, certain dietary and lifestyle changes. The key here is early diagnosis, because early diagnosis and treatment can help most people with any form of arthritis lead a completely normal life. So this is a big ray of hope from my example. Like I used to take 4 painkillers every day. It was so bad, still in pain. But how I was able to recover, and now it's been 17 years now, I'm off all medications. So you need not be on medications for the rest of your life, but it has to be tapered under the supervision of a doctor. Okay. Let's look at the next statement. Arthritis is a disease of old age. What do you think? Is it a right number or a wrong number? Let me see who gets the answer this time. Wrong. Okay. I have a great audience today. Those you guys know everything. Nice, nice. So actually it is not a disease of old age. It can affect people of any age group due to the widespread epidemic of inflammation. See, this is important. The point that is there. I want to emphasize on this because most of us who are having arthritis have kids also. So it is actually not a disease of old age. It can affect children also as young as 9 and 10. I have had clients who are having juvenile arthritis, and this is because of inflammation. So it is very important to understand the cause of inflammation. Last time we discussed in the and in the future sessions also I'll delve very deep into why does inflammation occur in children, because it is so common to see children and adolescents develop juvenile arthritis. And certain types of arthritis such as rheumatoid arthritis and ankylosing spondylitis, it can manifest in teens also in early adulthood. So like I got my first symptom when I was just 11 years of age. Never in the wildest of imagination I could have thought, I thought that this can be arthritis, and it was diagnosed finally at the age of 20. So 9 years I suffered not having any diagnosis, and then it was diagnosed so late. So don't think that this can happen only in 50s and 60s. It can happen at any age. Okay. So Pooja, you just need to let me know in the chat box what are the answers coming so you can unmute yourself, Pooja. Okay. So next statement is there is nothing I can do for arthritis, so I didn't visit a doctor. I've come up across this statement so many times that you just listen to your neighbor, your friend, somebody on the internet that doctors cannot do anything. So what do you think? This is right number or wrong number?
So most of the people are saying wrong number.
Great, great. So you guys know that it is a myth. So see, there are many ways to relieve pain, improve mobility, and reduce disability. Don't assume, this is important, that doctors will give only painkillers. There are many things what doctors do, whether any doctor, it's not only about allopathy, any pathy which you follow. There are many things what they do, and all medicines are not bad for you. Don't assume that. Having said that, relying only on medications is also not the best idea. There is a great degree of self-management that is required in any form of arthritis. So who all are involved in management of arthritis? It's a doctor. A physiotherapist also may be required, a yoga educator may be required, a health coach may be required, massage therapist. So this is a big part of the protocol that I follow. Massage therapists are very important. Nutritionist, yes, I saw Best told that she is following a nutritionist at Sharon. Very, very important to have a nutritionist on board to have the right nutrition. And a counselor may be required because some people with arthritis also have mental health issues. So all these play an important role. So don't think that a doctor can do nothing or I can do nothing about arthritis. Many things can be done. Next, pain is the only symptom of arthritis. Right number or wrong number? Myth or fact? Let me see. What do we get in the chat box now? Is it a myth or a fact? Pain is the only symptom. Only one reply, two replies. So, Pooja, what are the replies? Can you let me know?
Which is one reply is right, but others are wrong number. Myth, no,
Yes.
false.
Yes, it's a myth. Pain is one of the symptoms, but sometimes before pain, you may get swelling, inflammation, reduced range of motion, stiffness, or fatigue. So any one of you here or anyone you know are facing any of these symptoms, whether their body is getting tight, it is not flexible, muscles are tighter, range of motion is less. This can be beginning of arthritis. So pain is not the only symptom of arthritis. So never ignore your symptoms in early stages. So normally what people do is they just ignore, like I ignored it for 9 years. I didn't went to a doctor thinking that this is just some pain because of studying, or this is pain because of inactivity or because of overexertion. I just kept ignoring it, and in a very bad state I went to a doctor. Okay, so there can be other symptoms. So pain is one of the symptoms but not the only symptom. Okay, next, arthritis causes pain only in joints and muscles. Let me see, a bit tricky one. This is right or wrong? What do you think? Arthritis causes pain only in joints and muscles. I've got one reply, I can see two replies. Come on, come on, come on. Think and get your thinking caps on. There is no negative marking, by the way, so don't worry if you get it right if you don't answer it correctly. So, Pooja, what are the replies here?
Most of them are no, and one is yes.
Okay, let's see what's the science. So, although it is often associated with joint pain, it can lead to inflammation in various organ systems, including skin. So, in psoriatic arthritis, skin is also affected. Even in sclerosis, multiple sclerosis, skin is affected, heart can get affected. This is very very important because the inflammation that is there in the body can also joints can spread to the heart, lungs. It can affect your chest expansion, eyes, especially in ankylosing spondylitis. Most of the people get uveitis also. So don't think that arthritis is only the disease of joints and muscles. So that's why it's very very important not to ignore any symptom and become your own doctor, or just not do anything about your condition. It can spread to literally any part of the body, the inflammation. Next, antibiotics can heal arthritis. This is one statement I came on social media wherein some influencer was suggesting antibiotics to people with arthritis. So what do you think? This is right or wrong? So antibiotics what doctor normally give for bacterial infections. So somebody told that, and people started following that person. So I'm getting many replies. So Pooja, can you let me know the answer,
Wrong,
please?
wrong. So everyone is saying it is wrong.
Absolutely. So arthritis doesn't have its roots in a bacterial infection. So please don't listen to hearsay information. Please don't take in India, especially you can get any medicine without a prescription. It is so easy to get prescription medicines just by taking its name. So please don't become your own doctor when it comes to medications. There is absolutely no correlation between antibiotics and arthritis. Next, this is very important. Let me see. So certain supplements, like it can be right also. So abhi tak to sab myth wrong aaya, it can be right also. So don't think. So certain supplements like calcium, omega 3, vitamin D3, B12, glucosamine, chondroitin can reverse arthritis or lessen the symptoms. Let me see what are the answers here. This will take slightly longer. It's a very important thing. Okay, Seema is saying yes. Somebody is saying yes. Yes, helps. Pushpa is saying helps. Okay. Maybe, okay, maybe is not the answer. Okay, maybe, fine. So most of you are saying yes. Okay, let's take one at a time. Let's take one at a time. What do you think about calcium? You can type in the chat box or anybody can unmute. So it is very common for people. I'll just stop sharing because this is very important. Calcium is very important. Many of you who have had osteoporosis or arthritis, osteoporosis is different, it's not arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, ankylosing spondylitis. How many of you have been prescribed calcium supplements by your doctor or any physician that this will improve your, and did it help you? What do you think? Anybody here? Yeah, almost 99% of people are saying no. Yeah, actually, these two things are a big myth: calcium and glucosamine chondroitin. These two supplements are widely sold, especially in country like India, where there are no regulations and anybody can suggest anything. There is no, absolutely no correlation between that glucosamine supplement, especially. It is very, very important to not blindly take any supplement because it is widely marketed. That glucosamine supplement is widely marketed that it will help your cartilage in the knee to regrow. The cartilage will regrow, and people take it blindly for years. And I haven't seen a single client or patient benefit till now taking that supplement. So please don't think that you are above 50, then calcium supplement will help you. If you are above 50, then you should start taking it blindly. It can also cause hardening of the arteries of your heart if you're taking that without any prescription. So please be very mindful of, especially these two supplements. Then I mentioned few supplements, omega 3. What do you think? Omega 3. Has anybody here benefited with omega 3? I know many people who have benefited. Yes, somebody said yes. It is true. It is true. Omega 3 does benefit. But with omega 3, we need to understand one thing. There is something known as omega 6 also, which we mainly get from processed foods. So what is important in omega 3 and omega 6? That balance is important. So if you eat a lot of processed foods, if you eat a lot of foods which are inflammatory in nature, your requirement for omega 3 also goes up. So actually, the what people take fish oil, I have seen it's very common. People taking fish oil for arthritis, thinking that it is good. Yeah, glucosamine. Yes, same. Ashwin, it is same. Yes. It is of no use for osteoarthritis of the knee. It is all waste of money and energy, nothing else. So what happens with omega 3? People taking fish oil supplements thinking that it will help. A better way is to change your diet, reduce the intake of omega 6 so that you can get your omega 3 from whole food plant based sources only. So I also took fish oil initially thinking that it will help my symptoms, and it did help me. It did help me initially. But later on, when I came to know about the mercury and of everything that is also harming my body, I stopped it. And today, without that, also, I'm absolutely fine. So there are many plant-based sources of omega-3, like the seeds and nuts that we eat. They are full of omega-3. So you can very easily get it from plant-based sources. You don't need to supplement that. Then vitamin D3 and B12, they are important. They are very, very important. And it's a part of Sharan 5-point plan also, D3 and B12. But don't think that that's the only factor that is affecting your arthritis. So again, what people do, they go to a doctor. They, most of us are deficient in D3 and B12 if you're not supplementing, and then you think that only taking that supplement will help you. It's again a myth. It helps, definitely it helps. Yes, it helps, but that will not help your arthritis. It's vitamin D has several other roles. It will happen in your bones. Yes, it is helpful for calcium absorption in your bones. But when you talk about inflammation, it doesn't help in inflammation. That is an important thing we need to understand. So it's a very, very important statement that we need to understand about supplements. So don't take supplements blindly. Always take it under the supervision of a doctor. Always, never do it on your own. It can do more harm than good. So only take it if there is deficiency. So if you're deficient in calcium, you need calcium supplement. If you're deficient in D3, take D3. Deficient in B12, then take B12. And the last one is of no use, absolutely no use. So alone they are not enough. So have reasonable expectations and be mindful of the interaction with existing medications also. So already people with arthritis need several medications people take, and on top of that, you start taking supplements on your own. It may interact with your other supplements, other medications. Next, painkillers, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory steroids, biologics are bad. Myth or fact? Come on, this is a slightly tricky one. Okay, Damayanti is saying no, myth. Okay, so you mean to say, okay, wrong. Great. Fact. Okay, Manish is saying fact. It is bad. Okay. Any other? Yeah, come on, you can try. It's like I want to see what people's opinion are. It's always good to know. Kajal is saying yes, it is bad. Okay. Ashwin, in the long term. Okay. That was not an option, but yeah, it's a very valid point, I would say. They help to bring inflammation under control as soon as possible. Pushpa is saying a lot of side effects. Okay. If as per prescription, it is good. So I have a good audience, I would say. Yeah. It's always good to have different opinions. So let's see from my experience of the last 13 years, what what is my this is my opinion about painkillers or many medications or biologics. So let us see. So understand one thing, when there is fire, water is required. So I normally give the example, I'll give a very simple example. Now, suppose in your house, there is a small fire. Okay, so there is a lot of furniture in your house and one small sofa has caught fire. What will you do? Will you leave that fire unattended or will you try to douse down the fire with some fire extinguisher or some water or something? Obviously, you will try to douse down the fire. What if you don't attend to it? What can happen? It can obviously spread to the other furniture also. So see, this is the logic. See, I'm not any way propagating any medicines or painkillers or anything, but understand when there is inflammation in the body, you need to douse down that inflammation because if that inflammation is left unattended, it can spread to any other part of the body, any other joint. So in my case, the inflammation started in the right hip joint, where normally in ankylosing spondylitis, it starts in the sacroiliac joint. I didn't attend to it. It spread to the spine, my cervical spine, and then my entire spine got affected. I was very lucky to find a doctor at the right time, and I took medications, and it did help me. So all medications are not bad. Yes, in the long run, if you take them without any doctor's prescription, it can be harmful. But understand one thing, initially, yes, they are important to bring inflammation under control. So any medications also need to be looked in terms of benefits versus the risk. Sometimes not taking medication can worsen the condition, and in the case of most inflammatory arthritis, it can also lead to irreversible change. So here I am just remember a story of my friend. So he was like, all medicines are bad. So when doctors gave him medicine, he told that I want to try natural ways of healing. He didn't listen to doctor. Unfortunately, his condition kept getting worse. Then doctors told him to switch to biologics. Biologics is an injection which is given in ankylosing spondylitis. He also had ankylosing spondylitis. So when doctors told him to take biologics, he told doctors, "Can I try painkillers?" Doctors told, "No, painkillers won't work because your condition is very advanced now, and if you don't take care, it may lead to surgery also." And it did. He reached a stage because he didn't take biologics at that time. So doctors told, "Now you have to do surgery." So he told doctor, "Can I try biologics now?" This is a very common tendency I find in people. They are like, they try the previous easier way, which is like no longer it is effective. So you need to be very, very careful. In India, it is very easy to get a second opinion. Do take second opinion, third opinion of doctors. And if most of them are saying that medications are required, do initially take medications. It is an important part of the treatment. So all painkillers are not bad. It can save your life also. So somebody mentioned long-term management. Yes, long-term management is a long-term management, and it has to be tapered if it has to be tapered only on doctor's instructions, not on your aunts or neighbors. Because I know there are many people when they see you taking painkiller, oh, what are you doing? Your gut will go. Or what about your joint? Think about the benefits or the risks. What are the risks? Yeah, there may be certain side effects and which can be managed very easily. Those side effects sometimes can be managed very easily. But problem is that because of fear of side effects, you don't take medication and then go back to the doctor, come back to us in a much worse condition. So no, they are not bad. They saved many lives, including mine. Medications did help me initially, but later on, due to certain lifestyle and diet changes, you can see my story. It's there on the internet. How I completely reversed it. Yes. Next. doctor has advised me surgery, but since it's elective, so elective means you can choose. So doctor will tell you, because it's not a heart attack or it's not something which will kill you immediately. In a heart attack you have no option but to listen to doctor, but in case of joint disorders and knee replacements, since it's elective, I will postpone it as it is too risky. What do you think, right or wrong? Is it right or wrong? Hmm? Postponing
Only
surgery.
only one answer which is wrong.
Okay,
Mm,
wrong. Okay,
mm,
yes, it is wrong. Yeah, it is true. It is not right. Because see, any intervention there is a risk. See, any intervention you do, whether colonoscopy, endoscopy, any injection you take, doctor will, any biologics you take, you will be asked to sign a consent form. But a doctor is the best person to weigh the benefit versus the risks. Very, very important. So understand one thing. This is especially for people with osteoarthritis of the knee. So I have a client with me, very bad condition, unable to walk, but don't want to go for surgery just because of fear that somebody did surgery and it was not successful. I know hundreds of people who have done knee surgery and are very good, and they're able to walk, run, cycle, everything they are able to do. But if you don't do that, sometimes it can have impact on your cardiovascular health, because walking is very important for your heart. If you are unable to walk, it will do collateral damage to your other organ systems. It can impact your lungs in the long run, impact your heart in the long run, and your mood also, because it impacts the quality of your life. So all surgery is not bad. If condition is irreversible, you can try out natural remedies for about 3 to 6 months. If still it doesn't help, it's never not a bad option to go for surgery also. So it may improve your quality of life. So my father, he also had osteoarthritis of the knee, very severe. He also tried natural alternative treatments for about 6 months, the Ayurvedic massages and everything, and injections and everything he tried. But when he went for surgery, his condition is, God's grace, very well now. It's been years now, 7 years now. He when he did his first knee replacement. So don't postpone it indefinitely. Yes, you can try for a few months or maybe a year. If it still doesn't improve, if most of the doctors say that go for surgery, don't postpone it. You will thank me for it. It's not a very bad thing. Next, this is very nice. Yeah. Ayurveda, homeopathy, naturopathy, and other forms of alternative therapies do not have any side effects and can be followed along with allopathy. I want to answers to this. Let me see. What do you think? No idea. Okay. Okay, how many of you can type in the chat box, take multiple forms of treatments, like you will go to allopathic doctor first, then you go to a homeopathy, कि चलो इससे effect नहीं है, let's do homeopathy also. Then you go to a Ayurveda, कि some friend told or so you saw ad on internet that Ayurveda is claiming a cure. Then you go to a naturopath, and then you go to some Unani medications in Himachal that you go there. How many of you have tried multiple forms of treatment simultaneously here? Yeah, you can type in the chat box, yes or no. Or are you on multiple form of treatments right now? Swagata is saying no. Okay. This is very common in India, especially because you can get doctor's appointment very easily, and there is no. Yes, but along with allopathy, Harpreet is saying, okay, yes, I don't do multiple things. I want to see what's working. No, never. Somebody is saying allopathy, Ayurveda. Some have side effects, but the doctor should be experienced. When I tried Ayurveda and it worked great. Yes. See, the thing with multiple treatments is that yes, you should know what works. Some mentioned that I should know whether it's working or not. So it's always advisable to try one path. Say, I'm not telling follow allopathy or Ayurveda, homeopathy. It's completely your choice. Some people do benefit from Ayurveda, some people do benefit from homeopathy, some do benefit from allopathy also. But have faith in your physician. Following multiple physician, one, it will overwhelm you, and second, you don't know which is what is working, what is not working. So complementary, don't think that homeopathy doesn't have any side effects. So this is very common, to first go to one doctor, take his medication, go to another doctor thinking that this doesn't have any side effect. You don't know which chemical, which compound may impact, because people do take blood thinner. Sometimes people do take medicines for clotting. People do take medicines for inflammation, and what interacts with what you only don't know, because normally these alternative medicine or homeopathy or they don't mention the ingredients, so you don't know actually what is going inside your body and what will interact with the existing medications. It's very difficult to say. So it's a very foolish thing, I would say, trying multiple treatments simultaneously. I know it is sometimes very hard to resist, because thinking that chalo try kar lete hain, kuch nahi, thoda paisa hi lagega, kar lo try, but doesn't work in the long run. It will just the बोलते हैं ना कि medicines will become your food. You will just take one medicine after another throughout the day and just become overwhelmed. So just, if you believe in Ayurveda, follow Ayurveda. If you believe in homeopathy, follow that. If you believe in your allopathic rheumatologist, follow, trust him completely. Don't jump from one treatment to another and make a khichdi out of it, and it's just spoils your quality of life, nothing else. This is the saying, too many cooks spoil the soup. Next statement. Obviously, this is wrong. I don't need to ask. So I'm in a relatively good condition. I don't need a doctor, physio, or a health coach. I will visit one when my condition gets worse. Such a foolish thing. I got a person from, I won't name, obviously, I won't name him. So I got a case 1 month ago that my condition is, I have ankylosing spondylitis, but my condition is relatively good now. I have some pain. Let me try out a few months. If it doesn't work, na Manish, then I'll see a doctor. I'll come to you. It's such a wrong thing that in spite of having a diagnosis, yeah, it will be shared here. In spite of having a diagnosis, he is not ready to go to a doctor, fearing that medicines may harm him, or not ready to come to me. It's actually not required. See, I'm not going to come to me only. There are a ton of health coaches and physiotherapists and doctors all around. But don't leave it to chance. Don't wait for condition to get worse, because earlier the treatment, the better the outcomes. In case of any disease, not only in case of arthritis. So please don't ignore your symptoms or delay the treatment thinking that let me try something on my own. It can get very bad. Arthritis can get very bad. It can lead to complete immobility, can make you completely bedridden. I have seen cases go very bad just because of not taking treatment or resistant to take treatment. So the cost of not taking treatment is much higher than the cost of treatment, I would say, if cost is an issue for you. So it's a very, very simple thing. So a specialist, especially a doctor or a health coach, can help you get to the root of the issue, that what is the root, and have the best possible outcome. So I had a client with ankylosing spondylitis, a 19-year-old. Within a month, he's able to sleep better. His uh, pain has become much less. Morning stiffness completely gone, feeling lighter, feeling fresher, just within 30 days of following this protocol, the diet and the exercise that we teach. I'm so happy that he came at such an early stage. Within 1 year of diagnosis, he is with me, and now he's following the protocol and feeling so good. And his painkillers have stopped within a month. So doctor had told him that if the pain goes down, you can stop your medication. He has stopped his medication and he's doing fine without that also. So he had a choice to delay it. He let me figure it out on my own. Never do that. It's too risky. I'm telling you, it's too risky to delay any form of treatment. A stitch in time saves nine. I'll take up two, three statements more, and then we'll take Q&A, because it's a long list that I have. We will, the second half we will take in the other session, because it's important to finish on time also. We have 20 minutes. So it's next come to, let's come to diet now. Okay. So this is also very common. I see on the internet that it's a disease of the gut and only dietary changes can heal you. What do you think? Can only dietary changes help in arthritis? Okay. Damayanti is saying no. Archana is also saying no. Okay. What else? Anybody believes yes, that only through diet or only by following a no starch diet or by eating only fruits? There is someone who believes that you can eat fruits and heal yourself. Somebody believes that you can, to some extent, yes. Okay. No problem. See, we can have different opinions. It's not that I'm right and you are wrong. It can happen. Yeah. Okay. So see, we have to understand one thing, that it has multiple causes, arthritis. If it originates in the gut, yes, dietary changes will help you. But Once you have a diagnosis, once it starts affecting your joints, it's too risky to rely only on diet. Because see, when you start eating healthy, obviously the inflammation goes down, you start feeling better. But the problem with that is, ask yourself whether the diet is sustainable. So again, I got someone last month who is eating only raw. So he's following someone on social media, I don't know whom, and he told that he claims that by eating only fruits and raw, you can completely heal your arthritis. मैं बोला, best of luck. If you feel that, if you're benefiting, do follow. Have complete faith in him. But practically for me, it is not possible if you are a householder to follow that diet for lifetime. One. Second, there is no scientific evidence that eating only raw or eating only fruits or having only dietary changes can heal you completely. Other forms, other things are also important. Exercise is important. Medications in initial stages, yes, it is important. Sometimes for lifetime also. Your mindset, your routines, very, very important. So don't blindly trust anybody you hear saying that, because it's not a disease of the gut. It's a disease where it can affect any body part. So this is a very, very wrong statement that only dietary changes. It plays an important role, but not the only role. Okay. Next. Normally, when you go to allopathic doctors, especially, they don't believe in diet. That food doesn't affect your condition. Even my doctor told me that you can eat what you want. What do you think? Is it a wrong number or a right number? Okay, so Damayanti has very fast fingers. She is always first. Okay. No. Yes. Most of you are right. Yes, it does affect. Yes, Swagata. Yeah, it does affect. So, एक बात समझ जाइए. Medical doctors are not trained in nutrition. So when your doctor say that drink milk, you will get calcium, समझ जाओ wrong number है. Okay, because actually what science has proven, it's there in Cornell University also. I studied from Cornell last year. Actually, the high amount of dairy, a high amount of protein actually leaches calcium out of your blood, and it's a calcium paradox that India and US, which is which are the largest consumers of dairy, also have the highest incidence of osteoporosis. So India में तो होना नहीं चाहिए. We consume so much of dairy, osteoporosis should not be there. So don't listen to doctors when it comes to diet. Don't listen to me when it comes to medicine. Simple. Will you ever take any medicine if I start prescribing medications? No, because I'm not a doctor. I'm not trained in that. I'm trained in nutrition. I'm trained in exercise. I'm trained in mindset. I'm trained in so many things, routines. But I'm not trained in medication. So I don't write medication because it is the out of the scope of my practice. Similarly, it is out of the scope of a practice of a medical doctor to start writing diet and this thing, diet charts and nutrition, because they are not trained in that. So food does affect your condition. Certain foods do trigger your inflammation and aggravate symptoms and should be avoided completely. I'll take this up in detail in future sessions, that what foods aggravate your inflammation. Okay. This I spoke about briefly, that some people believe that raw foods can help manage arthritis. It's completely false. There is absolutely no correlation between cooked food and arthritis. In fact, an overly restrictive diet, because it is not possible to eat everything raw, it can lead to severe nutrient deficiencies in the long run, as well as social isolation. Raw food does have its benefits, but that doesn't mean that cooked is bad. A balanced anti-inflammatory diet protocol gives you best chances of remission. It is so important that we get a balanced nutrition. So balanced nutrition means you should have a good mix of carbohydrates, fats, and protein, all the three macronutrients, as well as all the micronutrients, the vitamins and minerals. Because see, what happens in arthritis, in most cases, joints are affected. So when your joints are affected, many a times we cannot do anything about that, but we need to strengthen the muscles around the joints. Now, suppose you go on a very overly restrictive diet that somebody told you on social media, or your friend told you, or your aunt told you that you try raw diet and it will heal you completely. It will get better initially because you have stopped eating all junk. You have stopped eating all the vada pavs, all the pizzas, all the burgers, all the Maggies of the world, all the processed foods. Obviously, you start feeling better in few days. But what will happen after 2 years? You don't know. In most of the cases, people come to us with very weak muscles and much bad condition. Because Can you eat rice raw? Brown rice, it's such so good for your health. It contains so many beneficial minerals and vitamins and compounds which are important for your health. There are certain foods whose nutrition value go up when you cook it, like tomato. So tomato soup is far more nutrition, has far more nutrition than a raw tomato. So why do you want to overly restrict yourself thinking that stricter the diet, the better the outcome? This is a false notion people have that I should do tapa, I should struggle, then I may get better. Don't take a chance. Don't take a chance. Eat a whole food, plant-based, balanced diet, which will, in most of the cases, give you best possible chances of remission. Next, fasting brings down inflammation. Let me see. A tricky one. Wrong number, right number. What do you do for weak muscles? Exercise and diet. Okay, fasting, yes. Archana is saying yes. Harpreet is saying yes. True. Fasting brings down inflammation. Maybe, yes. Maybe is not the answer. Come on. Either say yes or no. Anjana Raheja is saying yes. Okay, yes. You are right. Most of you are right. Fasting does bring down inflammation. It helps in especially intermittent fasting. So I'm a big follower of intermittent fasting, time restricted feeding, because this is the most right way of eating, and it helps in bringing down weight and to a certain extent inflammation also, but it has to be done under expert supervision. Why? Because when you have a short eating window, if you are eating within 6 to 8 hours or 8 to 10 hours, then the amount of nutrition that you need to get, it should be, the food should be very nutritionally dense. Otherwise, what will happen? Inflammation is coming down, but in the long run, you will have weak muscles, or you will have weak bones, not have energy also. So very, very important to do any kind of fasting under expert supervision, and long fast. Some people do 10-day fast, 11-day fast. They do benefit a lot. Believe me, it works wonders sometimes. But again, do it under supervision, and it has to be done sparingly, not always. So don't start fasting a lot, because it can lead to sarcopenia or loss of muscle mass. Very, very important. So somebody asked, what can you do for loss of muscle mass? One, strength training is very important. उसके बारे में cover करेंगे हम in the next session. I'll cover that also, how to gain muscles, and especially protein in your diet is very, very important. So having a good protein rich diet, and believe me, everything is possible from vegan sources. So I'm a vegan for many years now, not having any soreness, any pain, or any muscle weakness. In fact, I'm growing younger and my skin has become much better after. I'm almost 41 years of age now. I don't look my age. This is all because of the diet that I follow. So it does help you. Diet does help you, and sorry, fasting does help you. But when you eat very healthy. That also is very important. Next, chalo, let us take two more. We'll take all arthritis is due to Vat dosh, and avoiding sour foods. खट्टी चीजें हम avoid करना चाहिए. That will help you. Yeah, I think जिसने भी आयुर्वेदिक डॉक्टर को दिखाया होगा, सब आयुर्वेदिक डॉक्टर बोलते हैं. Yes. Okay, it is due to Vat dosh. Okay, iPhone is saying yes. What about others? Damayanti is saying no. Yes, they say okay. No idea. Okay, so if you haven't visited an Ayurvedic doctor, no idea. Yeah. So I visited an Ayurvedic doctor in 2005 when I was trying multiple treatments, and he told me to avoid all sour foods, khatti cheeze band kar do khana. And this, he told that there is something called as three doshas: Vat, Kaph, and Pith. And well, it is primarily due to Vat dosh, and we will bring your Vat under control. And but nothing happened. I just tried it for, spent a few lakhs, um, took a lot of medicines, nothing happened. So see, Ayurveda, yes, it is very, very effective, I would say, if done properly, if done under expert supervision. Because Ayurveda also, there is a very restrictive diet in Ayurveda. They stop a lot of things. And there is a complete contrary opinion from allopathy. So the mistake I did actually was following allopathy and Ayurveda simultaneously and made a khichdi of entire thing. So it's not only Vata dosha. From my experience, what I understand now, it is imbalance of any dosha that can cause flare up of the symptoms. So don't only focus on Vata dosha if you are following Ayurveda. Any imbalance in the body can produce inflammation. We are all bio individuals. So like I always had tomatoes, I always had lemons, but it never aggravated my condition. But I had clients who just eat one lemon or one orange or one tomato and their condition flares up. So it is bad to categorize things. So just try it out for yourself and see whether that is affecting you or not. Because not having citrus foods, vitamin C kahan se milega? From where will you get vitamin C? That is also very, very important. So don't generalize things, because diet and nutrition is very bio individual. What is poison for one may be nectar for another. Like in my case, I never had any intolerance to any sour food. So don't jump to conclusions just by reading one statement everywhere and stop everything thinking that it may help you. It may do more harm than good. This is my favorite, yeah. So I heard someone on social media that he got worse with allopathy or Ayurveda or any pathy, yeah. So it is bad. Hmm? What do you think? Right number, wrong number? Because normally what happens, especially on social media, people who recover, there are very few like me who come and say that I have recovered and I can help you and come to me. There are most who have failed or who are not doing well, and they come and start preaching that never take medication. I took medication, it spoiled my gut. Never follow Ayurveda. I followed Ayurveda and affected homeopathy doesn't work. See, this is all wrong number. Don't know why people have like started this social media treatment, I would say. So God save those, right? God save those who expect social media to treat them via 30-second reels. I say that in my family also. Sometimes my parents like just see something on social media. Arey, wo reel mein usne aise bola. Let's try this. Use your own logic, I would say. Use your own this thing. Yeah? So those who don't recover often hide their own mistakes. This is a very common thing because it's not always the fault of the physician or the Ayurvedic treater, doctor or the homeopath. You hide your own mistakes and then blame the physician or the health coach कि उसकी वजह से ऐसा हुआ. And most people delay treatment. This is a very common thing. They first delay treatment, then go to a doctor, then say, Doctor, the treatment is not working. And they come on social media, start बोलते हैं ना कि start just writing about things that this didn't work for me. So they try WhatsApp University. This is very common. So people normally tell me, Manish, be a part of WhatsApp groups. No, it's not possible because this WhatsApp University and Facebook physicians and neighborhood experts never work. Please don't take a chance with your health. We all are bio individual. We respond differently to different forms of treatment. It is very, very important. So just unfollow all the pages on social media. I would say I'm not on any social media myself. There was some page I was following 10 years ago. It brought me into depression. The kind of information people were sharing, so many myths are there on social media, that you eat this and this will happen, you stop this and this will happen, you start this and this will happen. You will get confused after a certain time. It will affect your sleep. People become ill mentally when they read too much of information. It's very basic. The 6 point plan that we share, there is nothing beyond that. Believe me, I'm like into this for the past 13 years. I've seen in and out of most forms of arthritis, and there is nothing other than what we teach can actually help people with arthritis. So it's all कही सुनी बातों में मत जाइए. Go behind, follow what science says. Yeah. Then again, I saw this advertisement of social media that claim that cure for arthritis. You will come across many quacks on social media. This is absolutely false because most developing countries, so India is a developing country, here they have no rules and regulations. Anybody can claim anything. So when a person comes to me, Manish, what can I do? I first say one thing: don't expect a cure. Even if they don't become my client, well and good. Because I don't want to give anyone false expectations of cure just for money's sake or for my fees. No, not at all. You have to give them reasonable expectation. But yes, 80%, 90% people do benefit. Kitna benefit hoga depends on your condition, how bad your condition is. But anybody claiming a cure, samajh jaiye, wrong number hai. It is 100% wrong number. Any person, organization guaranteeing cure needs to be looked at with caution. And we also need to beware of paid reviews. This thing is also very common, that most of the reviews now are paid. So it's a big industry of paid reviews. So don't think कि reviews अच्छा है तो अच्छा ही होगा. It's a very wrong thing. Yeah. So exercise now is exercise, but it's almost an hour now. Any questions anybody has related to these things? We have spoken a lot about medication. We have spoken a lot about various forms of treatments, about diet. Anybody has, you can unmute yourself. You can type in the chat box because it's important to finish on time also. Yeah. because we have discussed a lot of issues today. Any questions you have, you can later on put in the group also. I do open the group after the sessions. If you have any doubts, you can ask there also. Yeah, anyone is unmuted. Yeah, you want to ask anything?
Sir, I have a calcarean spur in my both the feet. But मैंने एलोपैथी किया बट एलोपैथी के बाद आई रियली वेंट फॉर द आयुर्वेदिक and I did that panchkarma treatment they used to give na. After that I used to get relief for a long period, I should say 4 5 6 months. After that again I'm like that on the same way as I am. No
Okay.
improvement, sir.
Mhm. So thing is that this Panch Karma, it's a very good thing, I would say. I've also taken Panch Karma in the past. It does help a lot on detoxification. But Kachal, what I would suggest now, whatever works for you, now stick to that, and maybe go back to the same physician which helped you, because it does help. Yes, Panch Karma sometimes does help in arthritis, but that spur that is there, actually, that's a mechanical change. So I doubt how much it will help you again. So that there is actually very little we can do other than just managing the inflammation in that area. So maybe you can like connect with your doctors again and see whether it can there is any way to control the inflammation.
Mm, they have told me go for the surgery, but for both the feet surgery, I actually told you the same question you asked, and I replied in the same. It was for me, but I didn't go.
So see, what I would suggest to my any client or patient that comes across that, ठीक है, it's a elective surgery. It's your choice completely whether to go for it or not. But if it is affecting your quality of life, and if other forms of treatment don't work for a year, then go for surgery. Else you can like keep on waiting and waiting, and if you're not able to walk, it will start affecting your other organ systems. It is you need to like
Does it
very
cause other organ system also?
now
Does
see.
it cause?
Are you, Kajal, are you able to walk properly?
Earlier, I was taking baby steps, so now I am able to walk. Earlier,
Yes.
even that means I was feeling कि मेरे को वो थोड़ा सा चलने में भी मुझे ऐसा लगता था मेरा बेबी मेरा बच्चा he is of 10 11 years, he is more properly walking than me. I'm walking very slow baby steps. Now I am much better.
So see, what I would say, Nakajal, if it's much better, if you are able to avoid it, then avoid the surgery anytime, because it's not that surgery is the only solution. If it affecting your quality of life, if you feel कि हाँ, it is not letting me live life to the fullest, then it's better to go for it. That's the only thing I can say. There are some questions in the chat box also. Let me check. I try to manage my lifestyle with rest, diet, exercise, medication whenever needed. Excellent, Damayanti. This is the only way out. A mix of diet, exercise, rest, and medication. Is there to be another going back? So it's an ongoing thing. Matlab. Yeah, definitely. I have clients with osteoporosis. I have clients with osteoarthritis, spinal stenosis, and many I have with, because now I'm getting more people with back and joint disorders. So for those who don't know, Forever Young is my group coaching that I do, and I've posted a few sessions in the for public also, so you can see. It's not necessary to come to me only, but please do some form of exercise. So Rise and Thrive Challenge, we had 5 things, and one of that is exercise. Believe me, arthritis does cause mechanical change in your body, and exercise is the only way to decompress your spine, or just because if there is inflammation, it will also cause stiffness. It can cause in ankylosing spondylitis. It can cause fusion. In rheumatoid arthritis, it can be permanent deformity of your extremities of your hands, your fingers. Very very important. So मेरे साथ करिए, किसी के साथ करिए, exercise जरूर करिए. It's very much, and it's an ongoing thing. Forever Young is an ongoing thing. So it is there every month. So you can join any month. If you can try for a month also if you want. Thank you, Damayanti. Yeah. Fortunate don't suffer condition, but very informative, interesting.
Manish,
Thank you, Kiran. Yeah.
Manish, I'm taking treatment from Sharon for arthritis, but sometimes it is flare up. The inflammation are too much, and sometimes it reduce. Why it is so? Because whatever she is giving me the diet, exercise, I'm doing everything. But the moment I think now I am better, I am cured, and immediately the inflammation flare up, and I think I'm in the same condition.
So, Ranjana, yeah, see, at least you tried. And thing is that having reasonable expectations is important. So that's why I never use the word cure. If any client comes to me, I'm also a teacher with Sharan now. If anybody comes to me, Manish, do you have a cure? Yesterday also somebody came from Ahmedabad asking me if I have a cure. No, no, I don't have a cure. If you're expecting a cure, I won't give you false hopes, because I also had a pain last week. Even after so many years of knowledge and everything, I just overexerted. I went to a new physio. उसने कुछ करा दिया, मैं pain flared up like anything. So this will be like up and down, up and down, up and down. That's what my rheumatologist told me, that there will be periods of remission, there will be periods of flare up. So Ranjana, don't get disheartened during flare ups. During flare ups, ask your, I don't know whom you are with, whether you can take some.
Dr. Sanchita is treating me.
Yeah, wonderful.
So she is very nice. And she is very humble lady, and she is
She-
never like
yeah,
I. I don't have the words to like
no, no,
admire her.
she's a gem of a person. Yeah, I know her, and the kind of reviews we get for Dr. Sanchita is too good, I would say. So you are in good hands, Ranjana. I
Yes,
would say you are in good hands. But do exercise. Do exercise. Exercise is very important. What kind of arthritis you have? Can you just share the name of the arthritis? I can give you
rheumatoid
some.
arthritis.
Ah, sorry.
Previously, my rheumatoid arthritis RA.
Ah, right.
Previously, my RA factor is 299, but now it's 10, almost gone. But still, I am having pain in my shoulder and elbows, and not reduce my medicine. I sometime I cried before Dr. Sanchita that when I will reduce my medicine, but she said, please continue your medicine. Don't be so hurry.
It's true, Ranjana. Going, trying to taper medications too fast also can, like, be harmful to you. So it's very, very, it's advisable to reduce medications only when your doctor say, and don't push your doctor also too fast to reduce medications. Medications are not bad if your inflammation is this RA factor has come down so low. It's like the treatment is working. Whatever diet you are following, whatever protocol you are following, just keep following that. Hot shower before sleeping may help you. Just try that once. Whether taking a hot
Yes,
shower.
after taking your session, I tried hot shower before sleeping, and it really relieved my joints.
Yes, it's magical. I would say even if you don't have arthritis, try that. Your sleep will improve drastically, and if you have any inflammation, any pain in the body, it will go down drastically. I don't know how it works,
Yes,
but it has worked for my every
agreed.
client. This is one part of my protocol that I teach everyone. You take a hot shower before sleeping. It will work wonders for you. Thank you, Ranjana, for sharing them. So we have doctors also. So at Sharan, this is the specialty of Sharan, that we have doctors, we have health coaches, we have yoga teacher also now. So Varsha, I don't know whether she's here or not. She's a yoga teacher. We have nutritionists. I'm a health coach now. I've also started my one-on-one consultations, one-time consultation, sorry. One-on-one was there before. So anybody wants, "Ki chalo, my diet is sorted. I just want advice regarding exercise." So you can just go. Pooja will just share the link in the chat. If you want a one session with me, it's a 90-minute session that I do. That's not only for arthritis, that's for any condition. So, because I'm a health coach, so I get people with diabetes, I get people with PP and everything, and we help how to go to the roots using functional medicine that we do. I had more questions in the chat box. I'll quickly take that. Weather makes a lot of difference. I'll take that. This is again a fact or a myth thing. I'll take that in the next session. What causes inflammation? This was there discussed in the last session. So please go back to the recording which we had, or I think 8th of February. I discussed this in detail about what causes inflammation, how to reduce it by diet. I'll cover that after 2 weeks. What is the anti-inflammatory diet? Because that's a session in itself. Yeah. I think we can end here. So I always end my session with a song. So I played a song today at the start of the session. I'll again play that at the end, because at the start only 5 or 6 people were there when I played. It's a song about hope. It's a song about, I would say, not giving up. And do say it, not only listen to it. अगर कोई काम कर रहा है तो काम को साइड कर दीजिए. इसको आप जरूर से देखिएगा. It's a full song from the movie Iqbal. It's a remix of that song. And here it goes.
पाने की हो आस आस, कोई अरमा हो जो खास खास आशा, हर कोशिश में हो बार बार कर दरियाओं को आर पार आशा, तूफानों को चीर के मंजिलों को छीन ले, आशाएं खिले दिल की, उम्मीदें हंसे दिल की, अब मुश्किल नहीं कुछ भी, नहीं कुछ भी, आशाएं खिले दिल की, उम्मीदें हंसे दिल की, अब मुश्किल नहीं कुछ भी, नहीं कुछ भी। उड़ जाए लेके खुशी अपने संग तुझको वहाँ, जन्नत से मुलाकात हो, पूरी हो तेरी हर दुआ, गुजरे ऐसे हर रात रात हो ख्वाहिशों से बात बात आशाएं, लेकर सूरज से आग आग गाई जा अपना राग राग आशाएं, कुछ ऐसा करके दिखा खुद खुश हो जाए खुदा, आशाएं खिले दिल की, उम्मीदें हंसे दिल की, अब मुश्किल नहीं कुछ भी, नहीं कुछ भी, आशाएं खिले दिल की, उम्मीदें हंसे दिल की, अब मुश्किल नहीं कुछ भी, नहीं कुछ भी।
So normally in my group classes, my homework is listening to a song. So do listen to this song, motivate yourself because music does heal, I believe. Yeah, music is magical. It does lift your mood up and a very motivating song, I would say. Yeah, I think I have a few questions more in the chat. I'll quickly take it. Can the previous session information be shared in WhatsApp group? There is a playlist. You just check the playlist on the YouTube now. You'll get all the sessions. You thought I was going to sing a song. I can sing. I do sing. Yeah. I'm learning guitar also. Yeah, thank you. Thank you all. Yeah, how to get previous recording? I'll share in the group again. Which movie, please? This is from the movie Iqbal. And this is the, yeah, thank you. Yes, I'll share everything. It would be shared on the WhatsApp. Yeah. Thank you. Music is medicine too. Definitely. Yes, music is medicine. 100%. Yeah. I think there was a question on spinal stenosis also, which I missed. Anyways, we'll take it up next time. Any more questions? Thank you all for joining. I'll just end, stop the recording now.